The NBA has a serious problem. The good thing is, for every problem, there is a solution. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily true. There is no solution for the declining popularity of Major League Baseball, but that's a discussion for another video. The solution to the NBA's problem is staring them right in the face, but for some reason, they seem to be reluctant to embrace it. One of the problems when you're a star-driven league, your success is directly tied to the behavior and the relatability of one or two players. Now, this can be a good thing, or it can be extremely bad. When the face of your league is someone like Michael Jordan, it's a positive. Michael Jordan was great for the NBA, there's no doubt about it, but there's one negative about Michael Jordan that often gets overlooked, and it wasn't even his fault. David Stern made the decision to market the entire league around one player. The problem in doing that, the problem when you condition your audience to follow players instead of teams, you eventually have to replace that player. The NBA wasn't worried about that in the late 90s. During the twilight of Jordan's career, they had a young phenom in Los Angeles named Kobe Bryant waiting to take over the league. But all it took was one scandal to set the NBA back for years. You guys remember that Kobe Bryant scandal in Colorado? Took the NBA years to recover from that. Go look at NBA ratings in the mid-2000s. The league was in rough shape. The Portland Jailblazers, the malice at the palace, the negative perception of Kobe Bryant. From 2002 to 2006, the NBA lost a full point in the ratings. Millions of people turning off the league. Now, one of the causes for this, casual fans could no longer relate to NBA players. Back then, the NBA had this perception of being a league filled with thugs. They're facing a similar problem today, but instead of the public thinking the league is filled with thugs, the American public, they don't think, they know the NBA is filled with woke shit fucks. The thing about it is, I don't think the majority of the league pounds the brown. But when two of your biggest superstars are consistently tag teaming the cucumber, you're going to get the misconception that the entire league is the same way. In the last, 24 hours, the NBA's biggest problem was highlighted not once, but twice. We're going to start with LeBron James, the queen of queefs. For some reason, HBO and Amazon Prime thought it would be a good idea to broadcast a special episode of The Shop, simulcasting with Thursday Night Football. The show featured LeBron James and three other bums talking about the NFL. Now, I'm not sure why HBO thought this would be captivating television. Perhaps HBO is now in the business of not drawing an audience. Season 2 of Right Time to Be a Shitfuck with Bomani Jones premieres next month. Bobo's goal going into Season 2 is to accomplish the impossible by being a bigger failure than he was in Season 1. That's going to be tough, but if anyone can get this accomplished, it's Bomani Jones. After all, no one does failure like Bomani Jones. During this episode of The Shop Thursday night, one of the bums removed the cucumber from his mouth and asked LeBron James about Jerry Jones. This immediately gave Bron the big stiffy. He has been waiting for weeks, for someone, anyone, to ask for his opinion on Jerry Jones. Well, Casey, why would LeBron James want to be asked about Jerry Jones? Beats the hell out of me. I'm not sure how an evil white NFL plantation owner has anything to do with a victimized NBA player. The Washington Post hit piece on Jerry Jones. It's remained in the news cycle for weeks. LeBron James, he's kind of like that needy girlfriend always begging for attention. My guess is, with all the attention given to Jerry Jones, LeBron wanted some of that attention for himself. The majority of what LeBron says in the clip I'm about to share with you is 100% irrelevant. It's just the ramblings of a shitfuck. But it's the surprising admission at the end that caught my attention. Now, I'm going to black out this video to avoid the NFL hitting me with a copyright strike, so the screen's going to fade to black as the audio plays, but listen for yourself.
What prompted the moment? Why did you feel that was the right moment to get that off your chest and ask that question with Jerry Jones and the media?
Just holding people, just accountability, man. The media is so quick to hold us athletes, especially us black athletes, always holding us accountable. We can't make mistakes. We can't do this. They want to bring up everything. I wanted to hold the media accountable. They wasn't, the fact that they didn't ask any one of us, and I didn't hear a question from any athlete, especially in the basketball world, but about the situation. And, I'm just holding them accountable, letting them know I see. I am definitely woke, that's for sure.
I don't know how he does it. I mean, this man is multi-talented. He wears many hats. Captain of the Lakers, captain of the NBA, political activist, owner of a production company that produces nothing but filth and propaganda. LeBron James has many jobs, but it appears he's taking on a new role. Apparently, it's now the responsibility of LeBron James to hold the media accountable. Okay. I thought that position was filled by Draymond Green. Maybe Dre and Bron can fight over the job title. Towards the end of the clip, you heard LeBron James confirm what we've known all along. He openly admitted, I'm definitely woke. For real, I'm woke. I love being woke. I love being a complete shitfuck. Let me ask you something. How many NBA fans can relate to LeBron James and his religion of woke? 2 years ago, the pews at Woke United Methodist were filled with curious observers. A few observers stuck around, dedicated their life to the faith, but most people left in disgust. According to a poll from June of this year, only 6% of Americans identify as woke. 6%. Meaning 94% of the population doesn't relate to LeBron James. Here you have, supposedly, the biggest superstar in the NBA, essentially alienating 94% of their customer base. I don't have to be a graduate of Wharton to understand that ain't good for business. For the longest time, I thought Steph Curry could save the NBA. 2 years ago, when it seemed like the entire league was being baptized and born again, Steph Curry pretty much stayed out of it. His head coach, Steve Kerr, he was leading the charge. Steve Kerr enjoys the grilled woke wiener, but Steph Curry pretty much remained silent. He was a relatable dude. Steph Curry comes from a religious family. He often promotes his Christian faith. He was a star that most people could relate to. Again, key word, was. Over the last 6 to 12 months, Steph Curry has fully committed himself to shitfuckery. Thursday night, he gave the opening speech at the 2022 Woke Illustrated Sportsman of the Year Awards, another award show that no one gives a shit about. Now, you would think an award show dedicated to honoring elite athletes would open by talking about elite athletes. Perhaps Steph Curry makes a few jokes. Maybe he pokes fun at beating the Celtics in the NBA Finals. Instead of opening the show talking about elite athletes, Steph Curry opened the show by honoring an elite dunk diver, Bob Griner. Watch for yourself.
We are glad that she's home. We're glad that she's reunited with her family. It's a constant reminder of everybody continue to use their platforms to speak on issues that are meaningful and can move the needle. Thank you to President Biden and his administration for being a part of that fight. But it's also a reminder that we all need to stay engaged in the fight to protect American citizens at home and abroad who are wrongfully detained, and we can continue to be engaged in that fight. So, BG, we love you. We thank you for your sacrifice and your continued perseverance.
So in the span of 24 hours, two of the biggest superstars in the NBA managed to piss off a sizable portion of the casual audience. Steph Curry, with a straight face, thanked Bob Griner for his sacrifice. What did you say? Sacrifice? Do I really need to sit here and define sacrifice? Sacrifice is someone signing up for the military, risking their life to protect yours. Sacrifice is the single mom working 3 jobs, refusing to accept woke welfare so her child can go to college. That is sacrifice. Someone please explain to me the sacrifice Brittany Griner made. She was traveling to Russia to increase her bank account. She broke the law. She was sent to prison. How is that sacrifice? What did she sacrifice? Over the last few years, the Golden State Warriors have been the most popular team in the NBA. That popularity seems to be in decline. The Warriors have been featured on national television 3 times in the last week. All 3 games have seen double-digit decreases in the ratings. Ratings for the NBA Finals back in June, dog shit. And it's not like LeBron James is drawing viewers either. Last season, the Lakers ranked outside the top 10 in regional viewership. LeBron James isn't drawing an audience in his home market of Los Angeles. Now, skeptics, they will point to the fact that both the Warriors and the Lakers are struggling this season, and that's why ratings are down. And to be honest, that could have something to do with it. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact Steph Curry and LeBron James are tag teaming the woke cucumber. You heard in his speech, Steph Curry said, "We have to continue using our platform to promote our causes." No, that's the fucking problem. You are a basketball player. Your job is to play basketball. Your job is to entertain people. The Warriors are not paying you $40 million to promote mythical racism. These 2 dudes are the biggest problem in the NBA, but the solution to the NBA's problem is staring them right in the face. But for some reason, and perhaps it's his history with injuries, but for some reason, the NBA is hesitant to get behind Zion Williamson. Last night, the Suns were in New Orleans to play the Pelicans. These are the top 2 teams in the Western Conference. This is a new rivalry with plenty of layers for the NBA to expose. Jose Alvarado and Chris Paul, they don't like each other. Both Monty Williams and Chris Paul have ties to New Orleans. If you looked at the NBA schedule last night, this was by far the biggest game on the schedule and the most intriguing. Now you would think ESPN and the NBA would jump all over the opportunity to broadcast this game. But what game did they go with last night? Lakers-Sixers. Really? Really? Lakers-Sixers? The Lakers are teetering on the brink of irrelevancy. Now, I know the national TV schedule set months in advance, but ESPN has the power to swap games. Just last season, they moved the Lakers off their schedule 24 hours before the game because LeBron James wasn't expected to play. I say this over and over, but it's time for the NBA to move on from LeBron James. This dude cannot be the centerpiece of the league anymore. Not only because the Lakers suck again, but every time LeBron opens his yapper, he turns away your casual viewer. Steph Curry doing the same thing. The NBA has loads of potential. They have relatable stars. Luka Doncic, Ja Morant, Zion. They have stars that stay out of the bullshit. For some reason, though, Adam Silver refuses to market them. Instead of marketing Zion, ESPN would rather stay committed to Bron. But give me your thoughts. LeBron James openly admits he's woke. Steph Curry thanks Brittany Griner for her sacrifice. Is it any wonder why the NBA has a negative perception? Give me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.